Oh, we are back like I left something. Hope everybody's happy. Hope everybody's healthy on this Good Friday. If you've been paying attention, if you're on the internet, you've seen this tragic story coming out of Texas where this young 17-year-old kid gets tragically killed at a high school track meet. I'm gonna go ahead and play this right now, and I'm gonna come back and give my thoughts on it. But yeah, let's go ahead and get to it real quick, guys. Come on.
The Frisco Memorial High School community gathered tonight in grief after the stabbing death of a teenager at a track meet.
Another teenager, a student at Frisco Centennial, is now charged with the murder. 17-year-old Austin Metcalf's twin brother was at the track with him. His family says he died in his brother's arms. Fox 4's Amelia Jones spoke with the teen's victim's father and is live in Frisco tonight. Amelia.
Steve, Heather, 17-year-old Austin Metcalf had a bright future ahead of him. He was a leader on the football field and a scholar in the classroom. His dad told me he's holding on to memories and leaning deep on his faith as he tries to wrap his mind around this senseless tragedy.
He was going to turn out to be a great individual and impact this world with positivity.
17-year-old Austin Metcalf was voted MVP of the Frisco Memorial High School varsity football team. The linebacker held a near-perfect GPA and was in the National Honor Society.
He was on the right track. He was doing everything right. I was so proud.
Jeff Metcalf never imagined that his son's future would be cut short.
I'm still in shock.
Wednesday morning, Austin Metcalf was at a District 11 5A track meet at Kirkendall Stadium. Around 10 a.m., Frisco police say 17-year-old Carmelo Anthony stabbed Metcalf in the chest after some sort of fight. Jeff Metcalf says it was Austin's twin brother, Hunter Metcalf, who tried to save him.
And his brother was holding him, trying to hold the blood in, and he passed. My son watched his brother die in his arms.
It's unclear how Anthony got the knife into the meat or what exactly led up to the fight. Anthony is now facing first-degree murder charges, and Jeff Metcalf
It was the best weekend ever.
Is only left with memories.
I was able to watch and be blessed so much. To having both my sons are amazing.
When Jeff Metcalf was diagnosed with cancer 9 years ago, his boys were his strength.
Man,
now cancer-free, it's his faith that's keeping him strong.
And when I kissed his forehead today, as his body was cold, I ran my fingers through his hair. I told him it's not goodbye. It's see you later. I'll join you at some point too, son. You just beat me to this place.
Jesus.
Wednesday night, the family's church opened its doors for the community to gather for a prayer vigil to honor a young man whose life touched so many.
But I know he's with the Lord. And I take comfort and peace in that.
In our conversation, Jeff mentioned that he hopes his son's death brings changes to security so no other parent has to go through this. Memorial High School will honor Austin tomorrow during second period, and counselors will be available for any students or staff who need it.
I can't imagine what that man's going through. Okay, I cannot imagine what he's going through, man, because for you to get if everything that they just mentioned, man, like if that kid is in the National Honor Society and he's a good kid, a parent has to do a significant amount of work and for it all just to be taken away. So, I mean, the more facts are going to come out. So I'm not going to project. I'm not going to assume anything. Okay. I'm only going to deal with the facts that we know. Number one, I have no clue why the boy, Carmelo Anthony, would have brought a knife to a track meet. Doesn't make sense. Okay. He's from a different high school. Why would you sit in an area where it's the rival high school? That's usually a move by somebody who's looking for smoke. All right. You have an argument. Fair enough. The white boy pushes him. This is what was reported. How was your response to being pushed, grabbing a knife, and stabbing another kid? I just can't understand that, man. I can't understand that. But the other things I want to say here is that the internet is running with because everybody is so worked up and they want to use the racial element here, and it's all over the internet. People are just falling over themselves to be able to racialize this situation, which is kind of obvious why they would do that. But the real issue is there haven't been any reports about race at all between the two kids. They don't even know each other. That's the other thing. They don't even know each other. Okay, there's no reports of any racial anything having anything to do with this, but the media and social media will handle that for you. Okay, so maybe that'll come out later that there were racial overtones that brought this to a head. And even if the white boy did say something racially, whatever, if he did call you the N-word or whatever, you're not able to go into your bag, grab a knife, and stab him. Okay, if you think you can do that legally, if you think that that's going to work as a legal defense, try that in Texas. Try that with a Texas jury. Let us know how that works. Okay, we'll be watching. I think we kind of know how that's going to work, right? So I don't have a need to make this a black-white racial issue. Okay, if that comes out later, we can address it. But until then, let's go ahead and take that, put that to the back. Put that on the back burner. So what I'm going to talk about right now, and if you guys want to say I'm reaching, if any of the brothers on the Heavy Gantt channel want to tell me I'm reaching, if they want to say that I'm wrong, go ahead, let me know in the comments, man. We can chop it up. On the scale of masculinity for a young black man, there's only a few things that are there. On the scale of masculinity for a young black man, it is a short list. Okay, it's a short list. What's the most masculine in the black community? Let's go down the list here. What's considered the most masculine in the black community? And I would say in no order. Let's put the street drug dealer. Let's put him up there. Athlete. Athletes are respected in the community. If you're good at athletics, you get respected in the community. Okay. If you in the street, fooling around, or people think that you in the street with work or whatever the case, you'll get some respect that way. Okay. You're able to be considered a man, right? They don't look at you like a man if you got good grades. You're not looked at like a man if you are an engineer. You're not looked at like a man if you're going to college, or if I'm going to go to a trade school. No. The scale of black masculinity, and it ain't got nothing to do with the hood or the street. We about to get to that too. It ain't got nothing to do with that. Okay. So a rapper's going to get you some respect, right? If you can rap and rhyme, yeah, people going to respect you. Okay. The last thing that gets you the most respect as a young black man is the ability to enact violence. Oh boy, am I talking today. The ability to enact violence. How violent can you be? How violent can you get? Is it on? Hey, are we always about the smoke? That gets you respect as a young black man. And it ain't got nothing to do with your environment. I mean, your environment does influence your behavior. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but I'm telling you that this phenomenon of young, violent boys ready to kill, this is why you see the drill scene blowing up. This phenomenon of young black boys ready to kill is out of control, man. It is out of control. It's something that you're seeing in the numbers. You're seeing this in the numbers everywhere. You're seeing this in the numbers in every city. It ain't just like it's one city. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just like it's Chicago. It ain't just like it's Baltimore. It's Kansas City. It's Baltimore. It's St. Louis. It's every city where black people are densely populated. Young black boys are the number one thing that die in any city. Do the math. And if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments I'm wrong. Also, let's examine where this kid's from. Everybody that wants to use the hood, the streets as a reason for this type of behavior, and I'm not saying anybody is saying that with this particular case, but when you see murders and you see people getting shot, you see people getting cut up, you see people getting robbed, you see people getting stabbed. Oh, it's the environment. It's the environment, man. Listen here, dog. This boy goes to Frisco Centennial High School. Frisco, Texas got like 7% black people in it. That high school, it's mostly not black. It's diverse, but it's mostly not black. He don't go to no hood school. He don't. But he brought a knife to school, okay, and used it in that fashion. Okay, and this isn't to say that white kids don't go to a school and shoot the kid up and shoot the school up. They do. They do. But I'm telling you, white kids shooting up a school every once in a while is not the same as what young black boys are doing every weekend. It's not. My son is 20 years old. There are 2 of his friends that he's known. Prison for life. Behind murder charges. Murder charges. Okay? That's my son's 20. Let me tell you something else. I didn't go to no hood school. None of my well, I did have partners that lived in the city. They went to hood schools. I didn't. Me and none of my homeboys did. Do you know what happened to all of my friends? Every single one of my, include me, every single one of my friends, you know what we did? We all, and I didn't get the heaviest of the charge. All my partners got heavy, serious prison charges. They ain't go to no hood school. Serious prison charges. Assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, bank robbery, murder. I'm running into one of my homeboys that went to Oak Park High School. Oak Park High School is a white people's school in the North Kansas City School District where I went. One of my homeboys, I ain't seen him in almost 25 years. I see him at the gas station. He pulls up in a 7-Up truck. Hey, what's up with you, Josh, man? What's going on? I'm like, man, who is this? And I look at him. I'm like, oh, that's such and such. Where was he at? He did 20 years for murder. Because the expectation for young black boys is to be as violent as possible when it's time to be violent as possible. Stop playing. We know this. Stop playing. This is why there's a kid in Frisco, Texas, with a knife in his bag. I don't know how much of that has to do with it. I'm telling you, there's a portion of it that has to do with it. And I'm going to dig into these stats because you will find affluent black kids, affluent black boys. When I say affluent, I mean you may have a parent with a good job or you may have 2 parents. Okay, you're not in the hood. You're not in the ghetto. You're not in subsidized housing. Do you know that the likelihood that they'll go to prison is just as likely as the kids in the ghetto? Now, why is that? Why is that if I'm lying? And I talk like this to my homeboys. I talk like this to my friends. I talk like this to my family because this has to stop. And the only people that's going to stop it is working class black men. All you gaslighting older men that want to keep making excuses for this, man, y'all in the way. Y'all in the way, Jack. You're in the way. Now, I don't know how much of what I'm saying influenced this young kid, but I would guarantee you in all these little cities where you have a ghetto, you also have the suburbs. Okay? And black kids in the suburbs got friends in the ghetto. And they friends in the ghetto, you know what they friends in the ghetto say? Boy, you live around them white people. You're not about to do nothing. You're not about to do nothing. You're not about to do nothing. Look, he's scared. Nigga. He go to North Kansas City. He's scared. He ain't about to do nothing. And you know what you do as a young black man? Give it to me. Give it to me. I'll show you what I do with it. I'll show you what I'll do with it. And you want your friends in the ghetto? Maybe I'm telling on myself. I want my friends that went to East or went to Southeast or went to Central. I want them to talk about, man, you know that nigga Josh, they go to Oak Park. Yeah, his daddy a pastor. You know what he did? Boy, he did such and such and such and such. We're proud of that. And this is 30 years ago that I'm talking like this. As a young boy. That ain't changed. Why would that change? That has not changed. It's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. We're not tiptoeing over here. I'm not tiptoeing. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? If it's 1 follower or 1 million followers, I don't speak on what needs to get spoken on. Let me know what you think. All opinions are valid. Okay, doesn't mean I'm gonna agree with them, but you can share them. Remember, you can say whatever you want to say over here. The only rules are talk like you got some sense and be nice. All praise to the algorithm. Like, share, subscribe. Yes, we on our way to a milli, baby. Let's get it. And if you scared, go to church. All that gaslighting ain't for the Heavy Gantt channel. Peace.